Hi, everybody. It's me, Anthony. Anthony, the Wall Street trader. Why am I here today? I'm here to talk about specific opportunities that I see in the marketplace. We're not just talking about stocks, not talking about commodities, not talking about currencies, not just talking about cryptos. We're talking about any opportunity that we find out there. Because at the end of the day, if I put $1 in, I expect the most back. So I don't care where I put it, as long as I get what? The most back. So instead of playing Anthony's Mad Libs here, why don't we get right to it? NuCypher. What is it? Where is it going? What does it mean? Who's investing in this? Well, let me just put it to you very simply. NuCypher is a new cryptocurrency, has been out since October of 2020. This particular crypto is more of a software driven cryptographic solution for encrypting point to point communication and transfers between tokens, going through the networks. It does all of that cryptology. And what's beautiful about it is that nobody is doing it. This is an unparalleled software that nobody else has in the market. It's about a $230 million market cap. And as I see it right now, we are poised for growth. So if you look on the screen here, you're seeing it ticking. Why? Yeah, it's Saturday. Why? Yeah, 24/7 is the crypto market. And that's why I like trading cryptos on the weekend, because it's the only game in town. So as I look at it right here, I'm looking at a base of 49. Now, this thing had a fairly major cycle. If I take the logarithmic scale, what I can see is a trend. And the trend is your friend. Here's the trend. Where is it trending? I'll take a look between a channel. This is a channel. If I could draw two straight lines that closes in the chart so that it bounces up and down into it, that's the trend. Big money goes and looks at this stuff in this way. This is called technical analysis. So it's not a perfect science, but it certainly is science that can help you increase your odds of winning. And how do you do that? Well, you use technical analysis. This is just one of the many, many ways in which you can identify, an opportunity. Why? Well, if you look at the trend line here, when it first broke out, it came up to about the 58 range, the 42 range, 43 range. Pulled back. Where to pull back? Pull back about 50%. So really eliminating the wicks, which are kind of like the high and the low of an intraday movement, price action, we're talking about really 32 is kind of where we're settling on that day. So 32 going down to about 16 gives you about a 50% pullback. So that's fine. Let's take a look at the pullback here, peak to trough. Okay, so here's the peak up here, 97, 96. Let's call it 96. And where does it go down? It goes to 48. Well, 48 is also 50% or half of 96. So peak to trough, 50% down, peak to trough, 50% down. The drawdown's always 50%. So what are we looking for next? Well, as you look over here on the right-hand side, you see this consolidation pattern. And this consolidation pattern is closing in on what we call the bottom line. The bottom line is called support. The top line is called resistance. Resistance means it's hard. It's like a ceiling. You have to really punch through it in order for it to really fly. Well, let's just say this never breaks resistance. It never breaks support. Well, just based on this trend line here and where we are now, if the case is that it would stay in the channel, then the only direction this thing's going to go is up. So as I see it, with the trend where we are, the trend being your friend, and also looking down here, what's happened? Look at the price action here. It goes up, but it bounces. It keeps bouncing off this line. Higher, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Where do you think it's going to go? Well, the last peak to peak was from December 4th to February. That's 3 months. So 3 months from now, if we're going to say we're going to start peaking out, if we're talking that we're in, let's say that it's February 21st is the last peak, then 3 months from February 21st, it's going to be sometime around mid to early late May. And if that is the case, that's where the peak is. But let's not forget there's the increase, there's the boon up, and that takes a period of time. Let's take a look at the trough to peak here. So it took about a month. We're roughly about a month before the peak. And if it starts ascending or going up for a month's period before hitting the peak, we are in that beginning part of that 1 month rise, that 1 month swelling, i.e., people. Look, they've already exhausted 225 million NuCypher about 2 days ago. They released it into the market, right? And that's what created this consolidation. The buying pressure was offset by the new increased coin. It was considered dilution, very similar to when a stock has a secondary stock offering. They dilute the price of the stock. Well, the same thing happened here with NuCypher. Guess what? It's over. The dilutions has stopped. Now we're on to new buyers coming in. We're on to people recognizing that this is a real infrastructure type crypto that can be applied to anything, any crypto network out there that we know of. Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. This is the new technology. It's a one of a kind. I strongly recommend it. I'm looking for an increase between now, sometime between over the next week, up until mid to third week of May. And my price projection, and you might want to sit down for this, even though it's 58 cents right now, I'm expecting this. If it does hit the peak by that point in May, then what we're talking about is a peak at $3. That's a six-fold increase. So if you put $1 in, and remember, I'm talking about things where you can maximize. You put $1 in, what do I get back? Where are you going to find 600% increase over a course of a month? So this is my recommendation. I like this. I like the crypto. I like what they're doing. They're putting out great documentation around how to use it. There's a good community around it that's supportive of it, and people are adopting the product pretty heavily. So do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't just go by what I say. I want you to do your research, and then you make your call. But this is my call, and this is what I'm doing. I'm buying more NuCypher over the course of the next couple of days, and as it starts to peak above 63, 64, I'll be buying a whole bunch more. Anyway, thanks. Signing out. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader.